transform you and equip you as a young person to be able to contribute to your country's development and be part of Uganda's development. In the few years, we want you to come up and say Uganda is because I am. And today, I'm coming to you from Mukono at Uganda Christian University, where the Uganda National Students Association is holding their midterm council. And we want to be understanding exactly what does UNSA do, and exactly for today's council, what are they trying to deliberate on, and what is going to be the impact of this council. And with me, I have the president of UNSA. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Youth of Purpose.
Thank you.
Kindly say hello to the viewer.
Hello, the viewers. My name is Welonga Yusuf, the president of Uganda National Students Association, UNSA. In fact, I'm the 32nd UNSA president. Amazing.
Tell us about UNSA in brief.
UNSA, it is a students association nationwide, established by an act of parliament, of Education Act of 2008, under Section 30. UNSA's roots should be traced back when it was called NUSU, in those days of 1960s, 1962 and so on and so forth is when we had UNUSU. But because of the regime changes, the students' movement became a bit a threat per se. As it was perceived by the then leaders, that the students' movement was a threat. We also do the lobbying of students' opportunities. For example, scholarships, we look for them wherever they are, and we advertise them when we've gotten them, and we call upon students to apply for these scholarships.
When you're talking, I heard you say you're sponsoring some students to be able to go to school.
Yeah.
Where do you get your funding?
Our main source of funding are the students, because every member, every student is a member by the virtue of UNSA constitution. And you do that annual subscription of 2,000 shillings, whereby this money is paid to a school, and it's upon the school, after collecting this money from its students, remit the 80%, they retain the 20%, and they remit the 80% to the national account, where the 40% has to be sent back to the district. So that's one of the sources. Two, we also get some subvention from the Ministry of Education, quarterly. There's that 20 million which is sent quarterly from the Ministry of Education. And this money is purely to assist in the management of the secretariat. Because UNSA, we have two bodies. We have the political wing, where the student leaders are elected. And we have the technical leadership and the secretariat, where these are not students, they are permanently employees of UNSA. Like the executive secretary, the driver, the secretary, and other colleagues. Amazing. So this 20 million is purely to cater for their welfare, payment of salaries, and so on and so on.
Amazing. Coming to today's event, what exactly is taking place today here?
Today at UCU Mukono, the 32nd neck of UNSA is holding the first, it's holding the 32nd National Students Midterm Council. In this midterm council, because by our constitution, we are supposed to have two councils. The midterm, which is held before the end of the year, and the final one, the general one, which is held in December to do the transition. So in this one, we are looking at presenting the accountability to our students. What we have done so far, the period we have spent in leadership, what we have encountered, and we are also proposing to them the amendments in the constitution. For example, creating a provision for incorporating the disabled students in the leadership of UNSA, advocating for online voting in times of calamities, because we have seen that the regimes in UNSA which have spent in some more years in UNSA as opposed to the constitution. They go beyond 1 year. So we want to do these amendments in the constitution. And also to listen the views from the students, the challenges they're having. And we harmonize as two bodies, the NEC and the students' leadership, from various institutions and districts, we come out with the solutions to these challenges, and we see the students' movement doing the right thing for its people.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Welcome, sir.
Okay. All right, that's it from the president of UNSA. Right now we're going in to see what is taking place inside the session. What exactly are they talking about, and what are those issues that are eating up the students that the council is trying to deliberate on?
First and foremost, I am more than glad to be invited here. I was invited here at a time when our country is questioning the status of our education system. And as student leaders, we could not have met at a better time. Now in our education system, we have an impasse. The impasse is, will the academic year end when the students who paid tuition have been taught? That is the impasse. For very many years now, since about 2014, there has been a consistency of inconsistency in the education sector. Government says one thing, the teachers say something. As the teachers are still saying something, the lecturers say something. So we have been in perpetual in and out of education for a long time. At my time of active education in Makerere, we always had a student strike coming because of a lecturer strike. So the lecturers would strike, then the students strike because of lack of education. Then government comes in to quell the student strike first as they negotiate with the lecturers. Then eventually they talk to the lecturers. It was Nelson Mandela who said, if you want to train a generation, you need to invest in its education. And as student leaders, why I started with this preamble is because I know that we are supposed, as the young people of this country, to be the anchors of the sustainability of our education sector. That young head prefect that is in this room today, or that young head girl, or that guild president, is the voice for those who think education is important and have taken time to attend to it. When the government, I remember the president, before blaming government, he said he is NRA. I don't know whether he was protecting himself, and then he said there's Article 29. I will not tell you my political party. But when the government looks at the education sector, and I'm glad the commissioner is here, what do we see? Because we have spent 3 years, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022 now, when education in this country is not gaining momentum as it should. Justifiably, education world over was interrupted by COVID. But in our country, it was interrupted for the longest in the whole world. Why? Because of the issues that Dino students spoke about here. We have not yet adopted technology at the pace that the world is taking it in. I was lucky to attend a secondary school in my A-level where technology was serious. But even for us, technology was serious because the owner of the school was Italian. And there was an Italian priest that made sure that we were at the standard of Italy. So our school, quiet, unannounced, had smart boards, we didn't use blackboards and so many things. When we were arguing, we Google immediately. And the students see and then we proceed. That was education then. When COVID came in, such a school could easily shift classes to Zoom because they have been accustomed to using technology. But even our best schools in the country were struggling. Why? Because we had not paid attention to the level the world was at in terms of digitization. And I want to thank the president of this country now for insisting on saying ICT is important, it's a job creation area. But I want to urge the representative of the permanent secretary. Let us move beyond just hearing nice things about the digital era, and we begin to make real foundational investments in the education sector so these young children can compete at the world level. Let me say it this way. When someone graduates from Bulu University with a bachelor's degree in law that my brother is attempting, or someone graduates from UCU with a bachelor's degree in engineering, or the new bachelor's of medicine that has just come into the university, do they get a qualification that is at the same level as a bachelor's degree from Harvard University? Because they are all in international standards called undergraduate programs. What I am basically saying is the same thing as saying when you graduate from high school with a first grade in your school, are you at the same level with a first grade in South Africa, in the United States, for the same level? That is how we should measure our education sector. So that we can then know whether we are channeling out a globally competitive human capital or we are channeling out a locally competitive human capital. And we make a decision as a country. This is where we should go. Madam Speaker, I will try. The second thing I want to talk about is UNSA. Now, let me start by thanking the current UNSA NEC and your ears. The UNSA NEC that we have now is a revolutionary UNSA National Executive. And I really, really want to thank them that they have come at a time when we are also lucky to be in the positions of leadership that we have. UNSA is the association of over 15 million Ugandans. That is even higher than my constituency, because I am in charge of people between 18 and 30. In national figures, that is 9.5 million Ugandans. UNSA is in charge of over 15 million Ugandans. But the UNSA president, like he said here, has to get a bus to come here. The guild president of Makerere, I don't know if Her Excellency is here, but the guild president of Makerere, no, I think they're in interim now. It should be Mitchell, the guild speaker, has Commissioner, I want to invite you to visit these universities. The guild president of Makerere drives a Prado TX. And where are they going? Around the university. Around the university. I don't know what the guild, my brother Wani from Bulu University drives. But he has said it well. You cannot expect a national president of students to visit schools, visit regions, while arriving based on bus schedules. It will not work. Most of my journeys are at night. People see me in Chiruhura at 8 a.m. and they see me in the afternoon in Ubani. The next day, I am in Gulu. That is the task of the work. I cannot do that if I have to get a bus. Commissioner, let's be serious with what we are trying to build for this country. Ministry of, it's not even supposed to be an UNSA matter. The Ministry of Education should budget a car. And these things of saying a small car doesn't make sense. You don't come out of the say Your Excellency when you're coming out of a Primo. No. Because you're coming to under an issue where students have been arrested. The person who arrested the students is driving, I don't know what kind of car. The DPC has come with a contingent. You have come to negotiate on behalf of students. You are president of the country. You are coming in a Primo. Well, it should not mean anything, but the president should not reach when he can no longer talk because he's tired from the humps on the road. The principal private secretary recently quarreled. He moves in the presidential convoy. I think people of you have seen it, you know the cars there. There is no Primo. But he was quarreling that these small speed bump humps are paining his body. Now, if the president travels in a Primo, I don't know what he will say. Because he has to hurry there. So let us be serious, get these fellows a van, I don't know if they already have one, for the NEC, get the president a serious car. For me, I don't see a problem with a Prado. If a new president of Makerere can drive a Prado, get him a Prado, a ministry driver on ministry salary and monthly fuel. Let these people work. That is when we can say we have an UNSA. If UNSA is sitting here, invite the entire national executive of the National Youth Council. Let them sit here. Because they have a budget and there are students who are within 18 to 30. Invite all the members of parliament who represent the young people. Because these are the issues they should be talking about. When you see that MPs are getting 40 million, you ask yourself, what are the youth MPs getting it for? If it is not for your work. So if they are not here, I have a problem. Why? Because now you go to parliament, the speaker has a matter that you're presented, there's no one to follow up. The speaker has no cause of action in parliament. The speaker's office is neutral. But the members of parliament must take on the matter. So they must be here. When the leaders don't identify the right priorities, the masses will make anything a priority. If, as the UNSA leaders sitting here today, and the NEC, and future NECs, you cannot determine priorities for the students and their rights, you will hear strikes in every university as and when it is necessary. Yet the university president who leads the strikes is a member of UNSA. You will hear even secondary schools are now striking again. Things we last had in the time when Uganda had no military order. Anyone could form an army. Schools were forming armies. There are schools where they would warn teachers, and teachers would have to be fired because the students have said they don't want teachers again. I am telling you, these are things that we are talking about. Because of institutional challenges, female teachers couldn't teach in some single-sex schools. Because boys would be very chaotic and disorderly. But now, in a country where we have a majority of young people, a majority under 30, over 75% of the population, it is the right time for young leaders to show that they understand process, they understand protocol, and they understand organization. Let us organize and lead the generation forward. In 20 years, when we are not in UNSA, in NYC, in Parliament as youth MPs, there must be a foundation they are building on that we have set. Not simply a passage of road that this is where they pass, we are also now passing. We must leave landmarks in our tenure. And you are on course, Your Excellency and your executive, for what you're doing.
Yes, we're right back here. I hope you've had the number of deliberations right from the session that is going on right now. And right with me, I have the Speaker of UNSA, Madam Speaker. You're welcome to Youth of Purpose.
Oh, thank you, organizer, Youth of Purpose. My name is Agava Charity, the Deputy Speaker, Uganda National Students Association.
You're the Deputy Speaker?
Yes, I've chaired the morning session of this event.
Okay.
And so far it's a success. We're waiting upon the next session to go to this council to add.
Indeed, it's been a success.
Yes.
Ladies in power.
Yes, exactly.
So, Madam Speaker, tell us about the role of the UNSA Council.
Okay. The council, actually, the theme of today is making UNSA leadership relative. What do we mean? We are leaders in our in our institutions, and even when we come here, we come as delegates of institutions of higher learning. Even those who are coming from schools, secondary schools, they come as district delegates. That means they are student leaders from wherever they come from. Why we say making it relevant? It's been years when UNSA was not heard on ground, even schools didn't hear about UNSA. But then what happens in a school where there is no head prefect, where there is no head girl, where there is no food prefect? It is all a mess. Now, this is a national body. What happens to a country which doesn't have a body that coordinates all the student organizations and bodies in institutions of learning? UNSA is here to call for that. If you want anything to do with students, is that. The purpose of today's meeting, Mr. Organizer, is to have an inclusive UNSA. we've always had UNSA that is inclusive in terms of gender, but in terms of necessity, it hasn't been there. Okay. That is, students with special needs haven't been having a representative at the National Council, okay. No, at the national level. This is what we want to do. Okay. In institutions, in universities, you'll find a Minister of Disability, of persons with disabilities, but at the national level, that person is nowhere to be seen. This is what we think we can add in our constitution and make it inclusive for all students of the Republic of Uganda. Okay. Also at district levels, where we have coordinators that coordinate students within their districts, we haven't been having offices, and that money is there, it is budgeted for. What we need is to make a call, tell the DEOs that we have representatives at the district level. What we need you to do is work with them. Make sure every issue that goes around students within that country, within that district, is worked upon by the DEO and the school coordinators. They will have proper channels of passing on information. Don't say information, but proper information to and from the students' body. Amazing. Yes.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for speaking to us.
My name is Emma Ochul. I'm a student from Kameke Senior Secondary School and also representing Palisa District as a speaker. Our being here today is mainly to talk about UNSA. And we are here gathered in Uganda Christian University, which is based in Mukono main campus. The issues we are discussing are very important, and we are happy for it. It's only that the lockdown affected us for around 3 years, clocking to 4 even, but it's better and it's good. We are here today. The speaker and the team, the national speaker and the team have worked very hard to make sure that we have a meeting, a national conference which has gathered thousands of people to discuss amicable issues. We are very happy for it, and we thank the Almighty for our being here.
My name is Atuko Rachel Joy Eregu from Uganda Cooperative College, Tororo. As one of the members of students from tertiary institutions, I would love to thank UNSA for the great efforts it has created. UNSA is an umbrella organization that has brought the bridge, has gapped up the bridge between worldwide institutions in the tertiary, secondary and universities. It has built up that unity whereby you come from far and meet other students from different places. We share ideas and see to it that all problems are solved out. We see it that all problems that are worldwide in the country are brought in together in the table. For the case of today's meeting, it has showed the willingness of the UNSA members to come and work as teamwork, to build up the relationship, to come and solve out the issues concerning the problems faced by the tertiary institutions, university institutions and secondary institutions, whereby I would like to end by saying thank you very much, the UNSA. I pray we continue keeping up.
My name is Akira Rosemary and I'm from Nelia Secondary School, Lugazi campus. And today has been a great day for all of us, because we've been taught a lot of stuff from the Uganda National Students Association. We have learned a lot on how the association can help the country, because we've had a lot of speakers, and the main thing about it all, we share our problems as an association, and we take them to the president so that they may help us as students, because we as students have a lot of problems, challenges, that we need leaders so that our problems may be shared to the president, and so we get solutions to them. And more to that, we have a lot of we have talked a lot, and we have been helped out, and they're going to get for us solutions so that we may see a way of overcoming all those problems that we may face in our schools. As student leaders, I encourage all of us to at least unite and cooperate with all those people we lead.
All right, that's it from the Midterm National Students Council that has been taking place right here in Mukono at Uganda Christian University. And I do believe on all those issues that the students have been talking about, they'll be represented well and make sure that the students' issues, all that they are facing in their schools, will be worked on. That's by the ministry and by all those people that are concerned. Youth of Purpose is here to inspire you and give you a platform as a young person out there. Kindly reach out to us on our Facebook page. That's at UBCTV Youth of Purpose, and at my own socials, I_Tumkunde on Twitter and Tumkunde on Facebook, Tumkunde on Instagram. Reach out to us in case you have any event that you would like Youth of Purpose to cover, and in case you have anything that is of concern and relating to the young people. I thank you so much for watching this show. I do believe we shall transform and develop this country when we, as the youngest people of this nation and of this world, come up, speak out to issues that do concern us. I thank you so much for watching this show. See you next time.
Youth of Purpose.